Are you feeling overwhelmed and stressed at work? Do you find yourself constantly worrying and feeling anxious? You're not alone. Millions of people struggle with anxiety at work, and it can have a huge impact on your career and personal life. But there's hope. We are Wellness and Love Daily. In this podcast, we'll be discussing the causes of workplace anxiety and, most importantly, the strategies you can implement to manage and overcome it. So, whether you're feeling anxious about a big presentation, dealing with issues at work, or just feeling stressed out, you'll learn how to take control of your anxiety and take your career to the next level. If you find this content helpful, please share it with your friends and family. It might help them too. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and join us as we explore the world of workplace anxiety. Recognizing the symptoms of workplace anxiety is the first step in managing and overcoming it. Some common symptoms include 1. Constant worrying. If you find yourself worrying excessively about work-related tasks or situations, it could be a sign of anxiety. 2. Feeling irritable or tense. Anxiety can manifest itself in physical ways, such as feeling tense or irritable. This can make it difficult to focus and be productive at work. 3. Difficulty sleeping. Anxiety can cause difficulty sleeping, which can lead to feelings of exhaustion and further anxiety. 4. Poor job productivity. Anxiety can make it difficult to focus, leading to decreased productivity and performance. 5. Avoiding friends or family. Anxiety can make you want to withdraw from social interactions, even with friends and family. It is important to be aware of these symptoms and take action if you feel that they are impacting your work and personal life. Remember that it is not uncommon for people to feel anxious at work, but if it becomes overwhelming and persistent, it's important to seek help. Question time. Are you experiencing any of these symptoms? And how do they impact your work and personal life? Understanding that anxiety at work is a common mental health condition is crucial in recognizing and managing it. According to Darcy E. Grattadero, J.D., the director of the Center for Workplace Mental Health at the American Psychiatric Association Foundation, anxiety disorders are the most common mental health condition in the United States. It is important to recognize that anxiety can have a significant impact on your career. People who feel anxious at work may make career decisions based on their anxiety, such as turning down a promotion, if it involves more public speaking or traveling to new places. It is also important to note that co-workers and managers may not realize that a person they work with has an anxiety disorder. This can make it difficult for the person to seek help or to communicate their needs to their colleagues and managers. It is important to understand that anxiety is a real condition, and it's not something that can be easily controlled or ignored. If you feel that your anxiety is preventing you from living your life, it's important to seek help. Anxiety at work can affect anyone, regardless of their profession or position. Remember that seeking help is a sign of strength and not weakness. Question time. Are you aware of the impact of anxiety on your career? How does it affect your decision-making? Identifying the root causes of your anxiety is an important step in managing and overcoming it. For some people, long work hours, high stress, lack of support from managers and co-workers, and other factors can lead to someone developing anxiety at work. Other situations that might make you anxious include dealing with issues at work, giving presentations, keeping up with personal relationships, meetings, staff lunches, and office parties, meeting and setting deadlines, and speaking up during meetings. It is important to understand that the root cause of anxiety at work can be different for each person. It could be a combination of factors or a specific trigger that causes anxiety. By identifying the root cause of your anxiety, you can develop coping strategies and work towards finding solutions to the underlying issues. This can involve making adjustments to your work environment, seeking support from a therapist or counselor, or communicating with your manager and co-workers about your needs. Question time. Are you aware of the root causes of your anxiety? How do you plan to address them? Keeping a log to track when and where you experience anxiety during the workday is a helpful tool in managing and understanding your anxiety. By tracking moments where you feel uncomfortable or anxious, you may be able to identify patterns or triggers that contribute to your anxiety. For example, you may notice that your anxiety is more severe in the morning, when you first look at everything that is due, or at the end of the day, when you are trying to leave work and pick up your kids. By identifying these patterns, you can develop strategies to manage your anxiety during these specific times. For example, if you notice that your anxiety is worse in the morning, you may try to prepare for your day the night before, or set aside some time for yourself before starting work. It is also helpful to note the severity of your anxiety and how it affects your productivity. This can help you to evaluate the effectiveness of the strategies you are using to manage your anxiety. Question time. Are you keeping a log to track your anxiety? How does it help you to understand and manage it? Listening to your internal thoughts and having a realistic interpretation of situations is an important step in managing your anxiety. Anxiety can cause negative thoughts and feelings that are not based in reality. For example, if you have a thought like "they definitely think I'm stupid," or "they just ignored me," it may not be true, but it can cause feelings of anxiety. By listening to your internal thoughts, you can challenge these negative thoughts and try to find a more realistic explanation. For example, you could consider the possibility that your colleague went by your desk without noticing you, or that they didn't hear you on the Zoom call. By challenging and reframing these negative thoughts, you can reduce the severity of your anxiety and have a more positive outlook on situations. Question time. Are you aware of your internal thoughts? How do you challenge them? How does it help you to manage your anxiety? Adopting healthy habits is an important step in managing and reducing anxiety at work. By taking care of your physical and mental health, you can create a foundation that supports your overall well-being. Some examples of healthy habits that can help reduce anxiety include: 1. Getting enough sleep. Lack of sleep can contribute to feelings of anxiety and fatigue. By getting a sufficient amount of sleep, you can reduce the severity of your anxiety. 2. Eating healthfully. Eating a balanced diet can help to support your physical and mental health. Avoiding processed foods, caffeine, and alcohol can help to reduce anxiety. 3. Regularly exercising. Exercise can help to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. It also helps to improve your overall physical health. 4. Limiting alcohol and caffeine. Both alcohol and caffeine can contribute to feelings of anxiety. By limiting your intake, you can reduce the severity of your anxiety. Question time. Are you adopting healthy habits to manage your anxiety? How do they help you to feel better? Practicing mindfulness and relaxation techniques is an effective way to manage and reduce anxiety at work. These techniques can help you to focus on the present moment and reduce feelings of worry and stress. Examples of mindfulness and relaxation techniques include: 1. Deep breathing. Taking slow, deep breaths can help to calm your mind and reduce feelings of anxiety. 2. Meditation. Meditating can help to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. It also helps to improve focus and concentration. 3. Yoga. Yoga combines physical movement, breathing, and meditation. It can help to reduce stress and anxiety. 4. Progressive muscle relaxation. This technique involves tensing and relaxing different muscle groups to help reduce tension and stress. Question time. Are you practicing mindfulness and relaxation techniques? How do they help you to manage your anxiety? Seeking support from a therapist or counselor is an important step in managing and overcoming anxiety at work. A therapist or counselor can provide guidance and support in developing coping strategies and managing your anxiety. Some examples of support that a therapist or counselor can provide include: 1. Identifying triggers and patterns. A therapist or counselor can help you identify patterns and triggers that contribute to your anxiety. 2. Developing coping strategies. A therapist or counselor can help you develop coping strategies to manage your anxiety. 3. Building resilience. A therapist or counselor can help you build resilience and develop the skills to manage stress and anxiety. 4. Managing symptoms. A therapist or counselor can help you manage symptoms of anxiety, such as insomnia, fatigue, and irritability. Question time. Are you seeking support from a therapist or counselor? How does it help you to manage and overcome your anxiety? Communicating with your manager and co-workers about your anxiety is an important step in managing it. By letting them know how they can support you, you can create a work environment that is more conducive to managing your anxiety. Some examples of ways that your manager and co-workers can support you include: 1. Flexible work schedule. Your manager and co-workers can support you by being flexible with your work schedule to accommodate your needs. 2. Reduced workload. Your manager and co-workers can support you by reducing your workload to reduce stress and anxiety. 3. Supportive environment. Your manager and co-workers can support you by creating a supportive and understanding environment. 4. Training and development. Your manager and co-workers can support you by providing training and development opportunities to help you overcome your anxiety. It is important to remember that communication is a two-way street, and that it takes time to build trust and understanding. It is important to be honest, open and direct about your anxiety and how it affects you. Question time. Are you communicating with your manager and co-workers about your anxiety? How does it help you to manage it? Consider making adjustments to your work environment can be an effective way to manage and overcome anxiety at work. These adjustments can help create a work environment that is more conducive to managing your anxiety. Examples of adjustments that you can make to your work environment include: 1. Taking on a less stressful role. You can consider taking on a less stressful role that does not trigger your anxiety as much. 2. Finding a more supportive work culture. You can consider finding a more supportive work culture that is more understanding and accommodating of mental health issues. 3. Asking for accommodations. You can ask for accommodations such as flexible work schedule, reduced workload, or additional support from your manager and co-workers. 4. Changing your work environment. You can consider changing your work environment by working remotely or finding a more comfortable workspace. Question time. Are you considering making adjustments to your work environment? How do you plan to make them? Thanks for tuning in to today's episode on anxiety at work, 10 guides to identify the causes and find relief. We hope you found this information helpful, and that it's given you a better understanding of how to take control of your anxiety and reclaim your career. We would love to hear about your experience with anxiety at work, so please leave a comment and let us know how you're doing. If you found this episode helpful, please like, subscribe the Wellness and Love Daily channel, and hit that bell icon to be notified of our upcoming content. We have a lot of exciting episodes planned, and we can't wait to share them with you. So stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next episode.